Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to a quick time review with Super Pixel Bandit. Today we're going to be talking about Rage, the FPS post-apocalyptic shooter by ID Softworks, or Software. So let's jump right in. So the crafting system in this game is totally useless. Why would I want to craft an RCXD that can kill 1 or 2 people when I can spend that extra amount of time and money into buying a couple more explosive shotgun sweeping shells to clear out the battlefield? So I have a problem with the crafting system. I don't see why it is tacked on to the game, and blah 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 blah. The combat and exploration in this game is really linear, even though it's presented in this open world atmosphere. It's super linear, so you go from A to Z really quickly, and that's the end of the mission. There's not a whole lot of ways to approach certain areas. Sometimes you get a couple options. And as far as shooting goes, you get a couple options on how to engage your enemies, but as far as linearity, it is very. And the storyline in this game is sort of shallow. It's nothing really groundbreaking or new. The big thing about the storytelling in this game that I really did enjoy was the character animations. Whoever was in charge of doing the character animations did an excellent job. Every single movement and the lip sync and the gestures and motives and all that of the characters were animated perfectly, and I liked it a lot. It was done with a lot of flair, and good job on the animations. So the art theme is pretty much exactly Borderlands. It's pretty much Borderlands with a little bit of Fallout 3. It's a little bit darker than Borderlands and less kitty. It's basically Fallout 3 with some Borderlands. It's nothing groundbreaking, nothing new, nothing we haven't seen before. It's basically just, you know, old post-apocalyptic stuff, and it's really nothing groundbreaking in it. But it is a good atmosphere for this shooter, and so in that it's unoriginal, but it's also a good fit. Another problem I have is the loot is totally pointless. Why would I search for something when I can just go to a shop and buy it? The loot is easy to find. It's not you're not rewarded for going and looking in certain nooks and crannies. There's nothing hidden under desks. You can go to some place and it looks like there should be some loot there, but there isn't. There never is. The dispersal of loot is just not good. There's no motivation for me to go pick up stuff because I can go to a store and buy anything I need for super cheap. That includes ammo. The vehicle combat in this game, so they encourage you to rack up points and money by doing these vehicle quests, by just destroying a ton of vehicles, and though I will say the vehicle combat is really, really good, it gets really, really boring after a while. And it just gets boring, and it's not as rewarding as it should be. I wish there was more different kinds of vehicles, different kinds of weapons. It's really just rocket launchers and machine guns. It'd be cool if they did like a laser thing or a radiation weapon or jump jets or something new, because the vehicle, that's how you get around in the game. It's just such a big deal. Like Borderlands, the vehicles were a really, really big deal, and you could see how they changed up the vehicles and added a few new ones, but really this game needs to step it up as far as the vehicle combat goes, especially if they're going to make it like a third of the game's combat. So yeah, that's a gripe. So, on to more pros. The world design and graphics optimization of this game is excellent in every single aspect. The world design is phenomenal. It's realistic. It is textured beautifully. The ID engine that they used in this was just freaking awesome looking. On my computer, it ran perfectly at 60 frames per second, and I cranked all of the graphics up, even anti-aliasing to 16 times, which I never do. And I could not get this game to stutter on my computer. I really just have a mid-level gaming computer, nothing too fancy. So it's pretty amazing that I couldn't get my computer to stutter. The controls in this game are really nice and tight. I like how the character moves around, and I had no problems with the control mapping or anything like that. Some of the weapon selection and ammo selection in this game is a little wonky, but I can get used to it. So it has enjoyable combat, enjoyable weapons. The weapons aren't as varied as I'd like, but they are just fine. There's only about 4 or 5 weapons in the game, but it is a shooter, and it is in that vein of traditional shooter games, and I can get past it. I really liked it. So I already talked about the character animations. I'm pretty much done with talking about this game. I'm going to give it a 7.8 on the awesome scale. And yeah, so if you guys want to pick this up, I think it's actually on sale for like $5 right now. I highly suggest picking it up for that price. I wouldn't pay much more for it, maybe $8, but other than that, thanks a lot for listening. I'll see you guys later.